we look at someone like Itachi, right? We look at someone like Itachi. I mean, the show is telling you right then and there.
He the demon.
The show is telling you right there. You have no idea who the good guy and bad guys are.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy. So, what'll that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie.
No. Okay.
What's good? What's bad? Who's really to say?
Yeah. Who is to say? What an amazing intro from our one and only Wesley Keith.
Hey man, Segway King, man. You know what the fuck.
Okay, so listen.
All about perspective.
Yeah, it's all about perspective. What's good, what's bad, right?
Facts. I've been hearing I've been hearing some pots and pans going up. You in the kitchen cooking up on something. You know, we was pre-production.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a little backwards here basically we're trying to get into a heroes and villains segment here, and we're gonna talk about how, you know what, maybe Naruto's not the good guy. Maybe he's the bad guy.
Okay,
I gotta hear this.
I got to too. I really do too.
So we'll start.
I think I understand maybe one way you might take it, but go ahead.
Okay,
cook.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
So we're gonna start from Boruto, actually.
Interesting.
And the reason why we're gonna start there is because the reason why everyone is safe in Boruto is because nobody wants to fuck with Naruto. That's a fact.
What
Everyone
about
is
the other
at
countries.
Listen, the entire world ninja world as we know it is safe because none of the other villages want to fuck with Naruto. And hey, maybe the kids do, maybe the teens want to fuck with other villages. All the adults that have the power, that have the say so, that say this is war, they don't want to fuck with Naruto.
Yeah, no, it's a fact.
It's stated.
Okay. It really is. They literally say that. Okay, no, let continue because that is a fair point. I want to hear. And not compiling a couple.
And we'll leave that alone, right? They don't want to fuck with Naruto, but on the low, Naruto got a demon child running around, making sure ain't nobody gonna fuck with him.
He controls all of the rest of them too.
Sasuke.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sasuke is the Hokage in the shadows.
Yeah.
He is literally doing recon 24/7 until the gods come in and they don't realize they don't have to do recon on people anymore. He's doing recon 24/7 to make sure no one is trying to hurt the Leaf Village.
See that Mangekyo? He goes, you see, I see Tachi Mangekyo and my Mangekyo. You see that?
Yeah.
You know, Pain?
That's a
Who
Rinnegan.
annihilated niggas? Rinnegan.
So
make sure y'all know that.
And the Rinnegan got Tomos on it. It's not even the same Rinnegan.
Yeah, fat.
My man's just teleporting.
Facts.
So on top of that, they're, the two reincarnates of the Sage of Six Paths, kids,
and
they're on the same team this time.
Mm-hmm.
So any of the old niggas that know that know very well not to fuck with them. Even if they were thinking about it, they know. Even if they want to, they know they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, so that's where
they have peace unified by fear.
They have peace literally unified.
Yeah.
Unified by fear. Even if Naruto seems like a nice guy. He probably has the other villagers probably have no reason to fight. To fight.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, fair enough. But even if they had a reason, they don't.
They're
not allowed to. No, literally, even if they had a reason, they're not allowed to have a reason.
Yeah, just with them two, like, it's curtains.
Yeah.
Bro, this isn't fair. Listen. Shut up. That's literally what the cage of their village would tell them. The Kage of their village would be like, "You're not allowed to argue, bro. Sorry.
No.
We don't fuck with those niggas."
Matter of fact, come here.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, exactly.
Keep talking.
Okay. So that's where we're gonna start, right? Because we're talking about how Naruto
Those are two.
is not necessarily a good guy. We'll start there. Now we're gonna head back to the war arc.
Mm-hmm.
But real quick, is he not a good guy just because
This is perspective, dude.
they fear him?
This is a perspective. Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen.
But does that make you a bad guy?
Listen.
Hold on.
Listen. Fair enough question, Cully. Okay, but let's be real. You don't want to rule by fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think in a lot of traditional, I'm basically going off of good guy and bad guy as the traditional tropes that media gives to us. Right, that's what I'm basing this off of, and I think I can make an argument that Naruto is actually technically the bad guy. Okay, because ruling by fear doesn't make anyone love you; it makes them scared of you.
But do the people in the village fear him?
It doesn't matter if the people only in his village.
The world. That's like,
because
he's
not ruling the world.
Listen, exactly. Is he?
He's leading the village,
but no one else will disobey what he wants to do because they're scared of him. Every bad guy needs an army.
If belief is growing and Naruto's like, hey, village hitting the sand, we need a little patch of your land over here.
If everyone else, if everyone in the village,
they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna give you this territory.
Well, what's scary to say actually is that even if everyone in the village didn't like him and Sasuke,
what the fuck they gonna say?
The two of them are still gonna body everyone else on the planet technically at the beginning of Boruto. But realistically,
we get that. I want to hear your other points.
Thank you.
I want to hear your other points.
So now we're gonna get to the war arc. Naruto has one goal in the entire series, and the goal is achieved in Boruto, where he becomes the Hokage.
Mm-hmm.
In the war arc, what is he fighting for?
What is he fighting for in the war arc?
I haven't seen Naruto in a minute, but
what's his purpose of fighting? I don't need details. Give me his purpose.
I mean, there's a whole war going on.
Why?
Because of Obito and
no. The war
to get I'm pretty
the
sure
Nine Tails to get him
the Jinchurikis.
They already have all the other ones.
8 Tails and 9 Tails.
They're correct. True, the 8 Tails too.
Okay, I remember. Yeah.
8 Tails too.
To get the Jinchuriki. Yeah.
Correct. The 8 Tails too.
Naruto's goal is to save Sasuke.
I mean, not specifically for the war, but
not specifically for the war.
Like
true,
overall, I
but
guess.
That's it. I was going to bring that point up next, but So my question is, what is Naruto fighting for in the war? What's his purpose in the war?
I would say basically stopping it and trying to be, I guess, the protector, or like being on the side of the ninja and fighting against the villainous side.
Okay, fair enough. All of the villains are ninjas, though. So,
well, you said they aren't ninjas?
No, they are ninjas. So being on the side of the ninja is you could be.
Well, you know what I mean, like
no, fair enough.
The allied nations.
The allied nations. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So you could be on the ninja side or the ninja side, right? Mm-hmm. So like, it was a good way to say it, but realistically, they're all ninjas, right? Because I know ninja way is everything. Like, it's true that like technically Naruto's side is a ninja way, right?
They're all ninjas, so I get what you mean.
Yeah, right. Okay, so Naruto's goal in Shippuden no, let me not go there yet. So the war is to protect him,
Mm-hmm.
right? The war is basically going on to protect him and the Eight Tails, but him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they got everybody else already. Let's stop them. Now, the reason why Madara, at this moment, Obito,
Basically, wasn't wrong, but
Obito / Madara is doing what they're doing is because they want to put everyone to sleep and let everyone live a happy life.
real quick, did he tell them that plan when I think it's when Sasuke goes and fights the at the summit, and then Obito shows up and he declares war there. Did he mention
The ultimate
infinite
and being the
Tsukiyomi?
I don't know if
I feel like
everyone
he changes it.
I don't know if everyone is aware of it at that moment.
The Naruto.
No,
but people are aware of it. No, at least
I
the
feel
viewers.
Like he just brought it up. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he brought it up when
Irrelevant.
he was in front of the Kage, though.
Sure.
So I feel like that might even change, like, the...
Sure.
Yes, like... So
all I know is that we know that's his motive.
So what
at that moment in time, that's his motive.
So what are you
his
saying
motive
Naruto's
isn't
motive is during the Ninja War?
Yeah.
what's that?
But hold on. So that's the motive of Obito.
We know what their motives are. So
Okay, but I mean, to make my point, I need this for the viewers.
He wanted Naruto to do that.
Okay, so exactly, Naruto's war he has no motive during the Ninja War except to just help his side win. In order to help his side win, he puts himself on the front lines. Given, honorable man, incredibly strong character, right? They don't win without him. Mm-hmm. They need him to win.
They would have been fucked.
Right.
Naturally.
Gave him all the chakra, like he was the MVP.
Beautiful.
My man was on every single battlefield, low key.
Yeah,
right.
100%. We know.
And now let's run it. Now we're going to do a big. We're going to put a bunch of the story together here. Once the Akatsuki start really getting busy, there's multiple times where they say, Naruto, get the fuck away from here. That nigga did not listen to a word these motherfuckers said. He said, nope, I'm showing up. Now, given, he saved the day every single time. Fair enough. But if we can all agree that Eren Yeager ends up as a villain, these are very similar traits to what Eren would do. Even though everyone that he loves is saying, hey, we want you to do this. He said, fuck you. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Sure, he's going to be on the
Hold up now. That's what a villain does. They say, fuck you. I do whatever the fuck I want. Now, it seems like a good thing because he ends up saving people, right? But here's the situation, right? He's saving people because his end goal is to be in charge of all of those people.
Wow, yeah, because he wants to be Okage.
He wants to be in control of them because
I be
as
Okage.
A child, they all said, look at this lame ass nigga, fuck this nigga, fuck you, you're a loser, you're a demon child. So if his end goal is...
That's not why he wants to be Okage. What you just said, he wants to control people. But on the second half, when you're like, they like kind of shunned him and said all this stuff, that kind of touches on why he wanted to be Okage. Because he wants...
that's why I said it.
He wants the admiration.
Yeah, forget the control people thing. But yes, the admiration. That, like...
That's a little different than wanting to control them, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. He wanted the admiration, right? We can say that. Slightly, I don't know if that's necessarily true to the fullest extent, but I didn't really think about that. That's a good point. So I'm not going to try to debate that.
You
part
gotta
with
watch
you.
early episodes.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is this: admiration, respect, synonyms.
In a way, yeah.
No, synonyms.
Yeah.
Synonyms.
He just wants the fucking respect
for sure.
of those niggas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, facts.
Let's think about this.
That makes him villainous.
Talk no jutsu. All these reckless ass, wild ass villains in the show. Who was able to get a heart to heart with them, understand what they're saying, feel their point, and have them feel like their point was heard. Talk no jutsu.
All the villains low key be having talk no jutsu. I'm thinking about Sosuke. To his point, like to your point. I hope you have other points too, because I still don't agree with you. But when we talk about Sasuke, think about it, Cully. Like I just kind of like enhancing his point a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Sasuke, when Aizen, when he's talking to it, he's like trying to convince Ichigo. He's like, bro, everything helpless, boy. Like, I'm telling you, like, come on, like.
Oh, like when he was yelling at Kisuke?
Yeah, like, he's all this shit. He's like, well, listen, like, even before that, like, even when he pulled up out and he thought that, like, he was going to do something. He's like, bro, like, listen, don't. Like, I'm right, you're wrong. Like, let's talk this out. We really don't have to fight. But if we got to, I'll get busy. You know, that and I get what aspect he's coming from, because if you think about that, all the villains always go on these monologues, and that's Talk No Jutsu. Talk No Jutsu is just a monologue about trying to bring you onto their side.
Yeah, and not even just that, but if he can't beat him, he talks to him.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't join him though.
Huh?
He didn't join him though.
Yeah.
What does he do though?
All right. So what?
No. Stop, Cully. Answer the question. If he doesn't join him, what does he do?
He empathizes with them. As a villain, would you define a characteristic of like empathy and trying to understand them and relate and bringing back, like when he does Talk No Jutsu? Like, first thing I can remember, at least like with Obito, he ends up being able to connect with how Obito was originally, where he was like a good person. He didn't go through everything that he went through to have like this kind of warped idea and have a different mindset. He's able to connect to all those people. He's able to connect to all those people and kind of show them, I guess, the good side and the positivity, I guess, and like maybe even like the better way or whatever. He's able to relate to them and empathize with them. I wouldn't describe that as like, because I'm able to relate to you, like it's villainous. Mm-hmm. I feel like the fact he's able to show compassion and understand these people and what they're going through, and kind of being like, nah, like I'm against what you're thinking and your mindset and how you go about things. I wouldn't be able to like.
Cully, remember that the line of good and evil is very nuanced. Wes, go ahead.
I was about to say, so are you saying that villains can't be, empathetic, can't be compassionate? Is that
name an empathetic like villain or a villain or a villain that shows like, empathy.
Madara.
Who did he show empathy to?
What do you?
He wanted to show empathy towards everyone. He wanted to put them in sleep and say, live the world the way you want it to be. Yeah. You're the main character. Everybody's the main character in their lives.
And they wouldn't be none the wiser.
So like
they wouldn't know oh, well, I'm asleep technically. No, they wouldn't know that. They would think this is the real world.
Okay, so
empathy.
That's literally empathy. Like, why else would it?
I want you to live the life that you want, and I don't want your.
But what if I was already living that life?
He didn't just want that.
What if I was living that life? You took that away from me.
Listen. I'll tell you why. What he wants to do is technically more empathetic than that, right? Because he says, "Well, you being Hokage, Miles, means that he can't. We're both in the Leaf Village. Yeah. You being Hokage, Wes, means Cully can't, but Cully also wants to be Hokage. In my world, when everyone's asleep." You're Hokage. And you're Hokage. I'm Hokage. We're all whatever the fuck we want to be, because none of our lives are truly affecting others.
And I'm gonna break it down. Hold on, Cully. Hold on. I'm gonna break it down. No, Cully. Hold on,
Why did everyone go against it?
Cully, wait. I'm gonna say back to this. Listen, even I'm just talking about on pure empathy. I'm not talking about anybody else in the show going against it. Pure empathy. It wouldn't be empathetic or compassion or anything if Madara didn't want it for everyone, and he just wanted it for the Uchiha. He wanted it for the ninja world. That in itself, and I get what you're saying about everyone else, but I'm just talking about on the pure scale of. I still don't agree with Denzel, but I'm just like enhancing this conversation. I'm saying on the pure scale of what you're trying to say that a villain can't show a grandiose compassion, a grandiose empathy, and I'm saying they can. Prime example.
They're actually usually the most passionate
characters. Like with Madara, his goal,
Who's it hurting? Who is it hurting?
It wasn't.
Who is it hurting?
It's like one of those villains where like you understand their goal.
Okay.
I like no look. I can't exactly think of the term right now. The Miller Lite has been hitting, but it's basically like you might have like a good intention and like a good goal, and like you might have good means, but it's all about how you get to those means is a big part of it. You know,
means to an end.
And like
you know?
and like with Madara, I kind of get what you guys are saying.
Okay,
but I wouldn't say it's really empathy. It's more like
well, it is
like sympathy more so.
Okay,
I would say more so sympathy over
that's
like
being able to feel for somebody. So that's
still
emotion.
It's still strong emotion.
Empathy is being able to.
I'm not gonna
to relate. But I would say with Madara.
So if I have sympathy for you at some level, Cully, I can relate to your situation. That is why it's making me sad.
I get what you mean.
So sad for you.
Like there's like
sympathetic is more used in like it's almost more demeaning because you're like, oh, I feel bad. I feel bad for you.
But you have to be.
But to truly feel bad, you like to if you actually mean what you're saying when you say you feel bad for someone, it's because you can feel how they're feeling.
No, I get what you
mean.
So like with sympathy, I would say like as you said, Madara, and also like when we were talking about Demon Slayer, it's like you can be like when you're able to understand like how you got to this point, and you're able to show sympathy. I would say with Madara, it's more so that. Mm-hmm. Especially
okay. Here we go. No, stop. Here we go. Madara's brother gets murdered by Hashirama's brother. Madara says, Hashirama does a noble thing and says, "Look, bro, what do you want to do? I don't want to keep fighting." Okay. Madara says, "Nigga, there's only two ways this is gonna go. You are either gonna kill your brother or you're gonna kill yourself." The moment that nigga says, okay, nigga's about to kill himself, who stops him? Madara does. Thank you very much.
That's
right after his brother dies.
That's empathy.
Thank you very much.
That on a very base level.
Simple. Not complicated, not complex. So very simple.
Like I said,
this is the bad guy that Naruto's going against. The guy that said, hey, your brother just killed my brother, and you know, Madara's upset. He doesn't even give this ultimatum at first, right? Hashirama says, what's going to stop you? What's going to stop the fighting, bro? And he says, I just want to get even. You either kill your brother or you kill yourself. And guess what? He says, oh shit, I knew you were going to do it. Stop, don't do it.
That's compassion, empathy.
Yeah, he wants to know if the other people around him that he's going to trust are just as honest and compassionate as he is. That's why he asked him to do it, to see if he would actually do it. Yeah. Because he knows if roles were reversed, he would actually do it because he cares about Hashirama.
So
simple.
So back to
that's the guy. Yeah. That's the bad guy.
Villains can be empathetic.
That's the bad guy in the war. That the guy Naruto, who has since coming out the fucking womb, basically, has said, I'm gonna be Hokage. I'm gonna be Hokage. You know what you're saying? I'm gonna be president. I'm gonna be the dictator. I wanna be the dictator. I wanna be in charge. I wanna be making the rules. That was his goal. That was his goal the entire series. It wasn't something that changed. His goal at the end of the day never changed. He might have had a second like ulterior motive, which would say save Sasuke. Who also, I mean, let's talk about it, right? That nigga was doing terrible things left and right.
Dirt. He was actually killing niggas.
Left and right.
You want to save that nigga?
Everyone's like, bro, why do you want to save this nigga so bad?
It's doing us. Honestly, we got the nations united to go get this nigga. So if you just get on board and go get this nigga, we're united right now. We have a time of peace.
Hey, so bro, even with that, real quick,
I'm still not agreeing with that.
But even with that, real quick, like with the topic being Naruto, it's a villain, right? Mm-hmm. As you guys just said, he still wants to save Sasuke, and Sasuke did all this shit, and he still wants to save him. Like, That's not a villainous trait. I can't call you a villain. And
okay, well, no, hold up.
Just real quick, because I don't want to forget this point.
Fair
When you
enough.
were mentioning, like, with someone wanting to be president and, like, dictatorship and all that, like, as I mentioned before, like...
Okay, you're taking too long, so hold that point so I want to rebut this point. Hold that point in your head. Hold it, please. You got it? Beautiful. I have to approach the Sasuke one first because it's too big of something for you to have another point that might be also as big, right? So I don't want to demean either of the points by.
I get what you mean.
Thank you. So here's the thing. The nigga's going around killing people left and right. He at some point he says, "I'm gonna kill everyone in the Leaf." He joins the murderous group that plans to take over the world. They're so bad. And every single step of the way, Naruto goes, "No, it's fine. No, it's fine. He's killing people. I'm still gonna save him." Where's the justice?
Ninjas are nations united against this nigga. They have a common cause.
Where's
That's not led by
Where's the justice? He doesn't care about the justice when it comes to Sasuke, right? He says, "No, it's fine. He can kill all the people he needs to kill. When I see him, whenever we link up again, I'm going to talk to him. He's gonna want to fight you and kill you. That's fine. I'm gonna beat his ass, and I'm just gonna convince him not to do it anymore." Are you sure you're gonna convince him not to do it anymore? They and let's be honest. They interacted as Shippuden goes on. They did cross paths.
Sasuke tried to kill him. That just felt almost every single time.
Correct, which we knew was gonna happen. Sasuke stayed true to his word. Naruto didn't. Naruto said, "No, I'm gonna convince him." He couldn't convince him. Every single time they crossed paths, Sasuke was having none of it. What did he do? He didn't say, "You know what? I'm going to have to go all out and try to kill Sasuke." He didn't. He let the nigga go every time to continue killing.
So I feel like with that point, I feel like you're kind of touching on the villainous side with Naruto.
That's not really Naruto being villainous. That's just more saying he's being selfish.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is a villain trait.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why we include him in being
like,
in fact,
I would agree that definitely a kind of selfish decision.
I mean, and his main goal is selfish as fuck, right? I just want to be Hokage, whatever it takes. That's
I mean, like, of course, like, it's selfish. But part of that, and also I feel like I could kind of touch on the previous point I wanted to mention when you were talking about, like, someone trying to be president and, like, / like dictatorship or whatever. I feel like with that goal and trying to be, like, in that position, I feel like a good chunk of it also has to, like, it has to be all about, like, I guess the reasoning as to why you want to do this, you know? So, like, say if someone like I guess with, like, Aizen, like how Watt mentioned before, Aizen wanted to be the next Soul King.
Yep.
For his own, like,
selfish reasons.
Like his own reasons. Because he's like, like, why do you believe in this? Like, you can be greater and all that. But, like, with Naruto, as I mentioned before, like, from my memory, it's not more so because he wants to, like, he doesn't have, like, a negative, like, reason or, like, a bad reason. It's more so the fact that, like, he was, like, shunned, treated like shit and all that. Like, he just wanted to be, like, a more accepted person versus how he was treated. You know, and like what you were saying, like,
okay, fair enough.
Like, we're becoming a president or dictator.
But
like,
no, fair enough. But here's what I'm going to say.
Like,
here's what I'm going to say.
If you want to better the world,
no,
when you become president.
No, okay,
not a bad.
I get
kind
that.
of goal.
No, but Cully, hold on. You just said it. Naruto never said he wanted to better the world. That's why he wants to be Hokage.
But it's also like...
No. Stop. He never said, I want to make the world a better place. That's why I want to be Hokage. He said, people didn't like me, so I want people to like me. That's it. That was his purpose for being Hokage. That sounds oddly similar to me to Shigaraki. He doesn't really... He wants chaos. He doesn't care what happens. He just wants to be at the top of it. Niggas didn't like me. No one was talking to me. I had no friends. So I want to be at the top of whatever happens.
Yeah. when you make that comparison, I kind of see.
He didn't say, I want to be Hokage so I can make the world a better place. Never once did he say that shit, bro.
I get what you mean. As we said before, like more so like a selfish kind of thing. Like it's just a goal for me. Like what Luffy saying, like I want to be Pirate King.
Yeah, it's a goal for you. And hey,
it's
sure.
a goal for you. But like I'm not sure if I mentioned it like when we were talking about like Madara.
Go ahead.
Like how you get to that goal.
No, you said it already. You said that already.
Yeah, no, you said you said that. We touched on. We touched on it.
You touched on it. So why are you repeating it?
And like how you view that goal.
No, it's not about how you view it because you're viewing it as your goal. So to you, it's pure. It's your goal. If it's what's keeping you alive, then you don't think you're not going to truly think it's bad. You don't think it's bad in your eyes. Forget how everyone else sees it. In your eyes, it's not a bad thing. That's why we're even having this conversation.
I'm judging it more so, I guess, as like a viewer. Like when you mentioned like Shigaraki.
But here's the thing: as a viewer, we're seeing the stories told, and the story is being told as a story. This is just like history. I'm going to get back into this right now.
Please.
This is just like history. Okay, we're circling back around. We don't want to do that. This is just like history. Okay, there's one side and there's two sides. All I know is that when you watch my Villain Academia, you start to like Shigaraki a little bit. Weird how that happens, isn't it? Weird how that happens.
Once you get that,
because you sympathize with him.
Thank you.
And that's something that and that's something
no,
that's
you
great.
Can't.
That's something great about
storytelling
with storytelling. And when I even texted you, Kelly, and I read My Villain Academia, and I was like, I wish more animes would do this and give me the perspective of the villains. Because through My Villain Academia, I started to really be like, damn, like, I can't fuck with these niggas.
Yep. And that's why
I'm getting their stories. You never really get that side. And that's what we're talking about when the inherent conversation here is truly what is good and what's evil.
And I'll tell you, as a young kid,
we only get one perspective.
So would you say Naruto's goal is like an evil goal?
But
Shigaraki's goal is pretty evil, even though you understand him. It's a bad goal.
Yeah, but exactly. I was using the Shigaraki thing as an example. We're focused on Naruto here, right? So, and it is a fair point, but
I used it more as just giving different perspectives.
Naruto was the first show that actually opened my eyes to what's good and what's bad, because that was the first anime where I saw them going into real depth on these bad guys,
like morality and all that.
Yes, I see. What's it?
You understand pain, Zabuza.
Zabuza. First time I see Zabuza, I'm like, damn, this nigga's not really a bad guy.
Yeah, he was a savage.
He done killed a couple of niggas.
He been through some shit, but like,
and cried for like Haku.
His heart isn't really evil. And this is the first anime that really showed me, like, oh, okay, like the lines aren't as like you don't really have to hate the bad guys.
Yeah,
but that's what Naruto wants you to think, right? The Naruto show is you don't have to hate the bad guys, and that's why and that's why I love Attack on Titan, because I view Eren as a villain, and I think it's a villain origin story. Just like Wes says he likes how in in MHA, they go bad guys and good guys, and you get all the origin stories.
That's like the first anime that really just devoted a full arc to empathizing. All these villains that y'all don't know nothing about, y'all just kind of know that they bad dudes. Instead of giving you just Shigaraki's background, here's Togia. Here's Twice. Here's Compress. Here's Spinner.
Toya.
But you give me, so it gives you more of that perspective as to where usually how anime is in any show, really outside of anime, is you get the perspective of what you're up to the writer's discretion of who he has deemed for you to be the hero.
I'm making the decision
for you as to where in My Hero Academia, and I really want you to finish your point. So after I express this, you will finish, and that's how we're going to progress with this, is that they finally give you a view of like, damn, these are the niggas that they're fighting after. Like, this is the villain. Here's some other perspective for you. Now, after you see this perspective, we're gonna come back to our main story, which is the right what the writer have deemed the right way. But I just want you to see kind of like how they live it.
Yeah, and like, hey, you might like.
I want him to finish.
Yeah,
so just
No, I was
please
gonna say real quick after when you're done. I just want to say a fun fact about my villain, but continue.
Say the fun fact. If it's just a fun fact, say it real quick. It's a
Fun fact. When Horikoshi was doing my villain, Jump and all those people were basically against it because they're like,
boom, narrative.
Like
don't taint the narrative.
Like villains
are villains.
Villain, like it was like a negative thing.
No
like
remorse.
Japan.
You should have
They
no
were like,
empathy.
And they were like,
you
nah,
yeah.
don't do it. And then
exactly.
Horikoshi was like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And
exactly. Thank you. That's like that's what this whole conversation is about, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's the whole point, right? And in that question, let's go back to Erwin with his hand. Hold up. Let's go back to Erwin with his hand on Aaron. Who are the monsters here?
That's the perfect thing about AOT.
No, so I'm just using that. No, I'm using that exact point to say this guy's trying to give the full story on everyone, so you can make your own decision. And Japan saying, "Don't do that. Stop. We need these guys to look like demons. We need them to look evil. There should be no empathy towards them at all." Who's the real bad guys here? If you're telling me that I can't just... I mean, if these guys are bad, it shouldn't matter about their backstory, right? Mm-hmm. We can empathize and still realize that we have to stop them. Mm-hmm. But if they think that needs to be stopped, then there's a real bad guys here. You're not even letting us hear them out.
And also, real quick, I just wanted to add...
Let's get right back to
it. Might also...
Naruto
I can't fully remember, but it might also be the fact that, like, in my villain, it's all about the villains, and you don't see like the heroes and main cast. So that also might be another reason why I didn't want to do it.
That's a stupid reason. Mm-hmm. Anyways, because the villains are who they're fighting. But anyways, because that's important, right?
Because AOT,
no.
I never heard anything like that.
We're not. Yeah, okay.
Back to Naruto.
That's because all the heroes and villains are together at the same time in AOT. Anyways,
yeah, but they had the whole Marley shit when
back to true.
The other side.
True.
Back to Naruto being that villain.
Yes. Okay.
Wrap that. So we can Cully and I can agree or disagree.
Okay. So, right. Naruto was shunned as a kid. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna. Not even. I really don't have too much more to button up. I want to actually approach something Cully said about my statement. He said there's a way you go about it, right? So I'm going to talk about the way you go about things, and then talk about the perspective you're getting it in. It goes back to Wes saying the story is being told. We're at the writer's discretion. So if you're the bad guy in the story, no matter. Sorry. If you're the writer's main character, in most cases, because a lot of people wouldn't agree with me about Eren being a villain, right? But if you're the main character in most situations, you're going to look a certain way. Mm-hmm. The story's telling it. The storyteller is telling the story. So put it like this, right?
What about like Light Yagami?
Exactly. He's a great one to talk about too. But basically what I'm trying to figure out how to verbiage this is that if you're the bad guy, if your videographer is the only videographer that survives, you're going to look like the good guy. If you're the only one documenting everything and you end up winning at the end, that's key too. You have to end up on top like you want. You're going to look like the good guy. That's a fact. If
whoever wins is the writer.
Exactly. You're the writer of history. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, Naruto ends up on top. He has, and the reason why I started with Boruto is because not only does he end up on top, but when they decide to continue the story, they let us know all these niggas won't fuck with nobody because this nigga Think about that. There's the other. I'm pretty sure it's stated. I don't remember what episode.
No,
they say
it's.
but they're even
they,
saying,
they make a joke about it.
Yeah,
Like,
but
we
they're
got
saying
peace because
they're saying other villages won't even fight with each other
because they know.
because this nigga runs shit and he don't want nobody fighting.
But I also feel like they all, by the end of the war, and everyone that's a Kage now, like, yeah, like, I'm not fully sure and remember, like, if that's a thing where, like, they fear him. Like, I completely get it. You can't fuck with them. But
Even if they don't, they do.
I feel like overall, like,
they came box.
I feel like overall,
they
like,
came box with him, Cully.
Like they fuck with him and like him regardless.
They fuck
so,
with him, but
But that's because he's.
I'm not
like
even
you said, no, Cully. It's like you said. It's not about the way you go about it. Truly, right? If we're talking about good and bad,
I'd also add intention to that too.
Exactly, it's the intention, right? But if he's going about the intention, let's say what Madara wants to do is the bad thing.
Me.
Exactly. Let's say what Madara wants to do is the evil.
But Madara's a brainwash.
Listen to me. Let's say what Madara wants to do is the evil thing.
Mm-hmm.
If he went about it the right way and got what he wanted, is it still the wrong? If everyone liked him and everyone was on board, is he still evil? No, because everyone's like, yeah, no, we want Madara to win. That's all that Naruto was able to do. He was just charismatic. Madara was a fucking loser, personality-wise. Maybe a little autistic.
He
on the spectrum.
He just want to dance with everybody.
Yeah, on the spectrum.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to love when you do that. Like, that's how you know you a problem.
He's like, let's dance.
Bro, even in the opening, like, you see this nigga do, like, a Booker T spin or Rooney fighting people, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And Naruto was just charismatic.
Okay.
He's fighting the bad guys, and, bro, he's getting bad guys to switch sides.
Mm.
If let's think about this.
But Naruto could also kill them. He didn't. He could have killed Nagato.
Nagato
weak as shit.
Well, here's the thing. If you have someone passionate and you're trying to create an army to be on your side, why not get the people that they're afraid of to be on your side? To say, if that nigga has convinced all these bad guys to be on his side, and they say, no, we really only fuck with Naruto. They say it all the time. I'm only doing this because Naruto. I'm only doing this because of Naruto.
But the reason why they're doing it for Naruto is because
he was empathetic.
He was able to rock with them.
But who's able to rock with someone who has bad intentions? Someone else who has felt bad intentions too. You cannot. If we're saying the bad characters are inherently evil, the only way to connect to someone who is inherently evil is to admit to them too. I think where you're coming from, because I've had inherently evil thoughts too.
Damn, are villains maybe the most empathetic characters?
Villains, I don't know about most empathetic, but I do believe that villains are usually the most passionate characters.
100%.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I feel like just overall, in a way, I kind of end up liking some villains a little bit more sometimes than like the protagonists or heroes.
Yeah. So to close out here.
Do you have any other points?
To put a bow on it, Naruto Uzumaki. Although, I don't... Actually, I'm not going to say that part yet. I'll say it afterwards. We'll say it like this. Ready? Naruto grew up, hated, and he was able to convince everyone around him that what his goal was, even though it was a very selfish one, he was able to convince all those around him to follow him.
Through his actions.
Of course, right? That's how you really convince people. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to have actions to, not just your words. It's gonna have to be actions also, right?
But all the actions were good too. He could have ended up in Obito route.
Cully, let him button this up though. No, you good.
Yeah. See, because he's saying shit, and I want to just okay. So he convinced all these people to follow him, even when he would deter from those close to him on what they wanted him to do, which was stay away, don't. Nope, I gotta get involved. It's all about me. At the end, he gets what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why people think he's a good guy. At the end, everyone, whether they want to say, you can say peace, sure, but the peace is because of fear. Mm-hmm. It's fear based peace because the nigga who he let rampage around, killing niggas left and right, the last of the Uchiha, the last of the scary clan, is his right hand man. A killer, murderer left and right, literally. And once again, the only reason why
teleport on your ass.
Yeah, the only reason why he's doing what Naruto says and he's not killing anyone anymore is because Naruto
beat his
told him
ass.
Exactly. Naruto told him to stop killing niggas.
Because I'll beat
And,
your ass.
and Naruto literally had to beat his ass to do it to him.
He could have killed him there too, though.
Naruto could have killed Sasuke the whole time if he was trying to kill him.
Good point, right? He wanted to keep him alive.
Let's keep it a buck.
So
like,
exactly.
Kurama even alluded to that.
Yeah, right.
Like himself. He's like, Naruto, like,
to me,
what are we doing?
To me,
in the last battle.
To me, it seems like, and I know he felt like he was a brother. So this point is a little of a farce. But to me, it seems like he said, "No, I got to keep you alive because at the end of the day, I can't do it all by myself. I'm gonna need you to help me."
I stir away from that one a little bit. Are you that's the closing argument?
Yeah.
Some of your points are very valid. I think that I would hope that Cully
Who's to say?
Who's to say? And I would hope that Cully could potentially agree upon some of the... So you can see it. You know what I'm saying? I hope you can see it, because I can see it as well, too.
Interesting point of view, for sure.
Interesting point of view. I still think you're dead wrong.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I still think you're dead wrong.
Me too.
Yeah.
Got get confused, man.
Yeah, it's a very interesting topic. I love it. I don't think that Madara really is a bad guy, but the way that you spin it on there, I can really see a viewpoint just because of like the strongest thing that was rocking for me with your argument, and I'm sure Cully can maybe agree or disagree with this too, is that one, he really does rule by fear. No matter way you really like slice it, like even though in his mind he doesn't rule by fear, because he has all that power, it's fear. Niggas fear him.
I'm like half and half on that. Like, I get it, but I feel like I'd have to like maybe go back and like maybe reread things from like in Boruto and all that.
Yeah.
I think it's more so respect, but like you're not wrong. Like you can't fuck with us, so
yeah, exactly.
why would we even do it?
Yeah. And then lastly as well too is that you talk about him going forward and just really wanting to do things because he's a Hokage, and kind of your parallel with Aaron about how he wanted to just do that. The selfishness that pulls me more than the first one, to be honest.
It's kind of funny. I'm just gonna go back from like I think the last pod we did. I don't know if we talked about it on the pod or after whatever, but I remember me and you kind of talking about Aaron being selfish and all that. And I feel like with that topic, it kind of relates to what we're talking about now.
Yeah. And let's close it up.
Yeah, and there's one more thing actually I wanted to say. I didn't really get to get into him because I got sidetracked by Cully's great point that I had to refute. We look at someone like Itachi, right? We look at someone like Itachi. I mean, the show
they had us thinking.
The show is telling you right then and there.
He the demon.
The show is telling you right there. You have no idea who the good guy and bad guys are. That's when it tells you that, right? Because the whole time you're like, Itachi's a bad guy. He killed his whole village. This and that.
Once again,
when
this is why Naruto the greatest show.
Yes, exactly. When he might have made the most selfless act
of all time.
That's saying I care more about everyone existing in peace than my family, the ones who are closest to me, my loved ones. Hold up. I'm about to say some shit. Then the people I care the closest, the people that are the closest to me, I'll do what I have to do. I'll do what I have to do so that everyone else, who I don't even know them, they might not even like me.
He might be
can live in peace.
He might be the most pragmatic and the most righteous anime character.
I always say Naruto should be called Itachi. Should have been called Itachi. But hold up.
This man went back to the village and acted bad just to look after it. Like
right.
He didn't have to do that.
He sold it because he's like, if I gotta look like the bad guy so everyone's okay, I'll do it.
As Sasuke said, like,
you're the bad guy. It's like Scarface.
You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
You know the bad.
I'm the fucking bad guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
you need people like me, man.
You need people like me.
You need people like me, man. He said, "Yo,
as
so
Sasuke
yeah,
said,
everyone
when he
live in the
talked
world.
to,
You
like,
need people like me."
he said something like he's like the ideal like Hokage or something like that, right?
Shadow,
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. He's the ideal real Hokage.
He's like that's why he ended up doing what he
Hold
did
on.
towards the end. Like
Yes.
he's like
Yes.
he's the ideal person.
Yes, and usually the best leaders are the ones who don't want the job because they know how hard it's going to be.
Yeah, making
That's
those tough ass decisions.
yeah, and that's why. That's why someone like Naruto
not a good leader because
all he wants is to be the fucking leader. Hold up.
Somebody like Shikamaru would be the best leader.
Yes, exactly. Now let's close out here. Right here, Cully. Hold up. Give me this. Because I know I don't know if I'm not going to say it right. Anyways, but they say that the hero will risk the people closest to him to save everybody, and the villain will risk everybody to save those closest to them.
Wait, hold up. You said the hero would risk the people that are closest to them
To save
to have,
everybody.
like,
And then the villain.
you think Naruto would do that?
What do you mean? He did. He said, Sasuke, keep living.
Yeah.
Sasuke, I'm not going to kill you even though you're killing everyone around me.
He was risking united peace to save the person closest to him. Oh my God, this nigga is a villain.
This is true what they say about the heroes, and we see it if we're going. Like I said, I'm basing this all off the basic tropes in society of what good guys and bad guys do. Good guys risk the people closest to them to save everybody, and the bad guys risk everybody to save those closest to them.
And you went hold on.
That's a fact, Cully.
I feel like a hero trope would be more so like.
No, Cully, that's a fact, Cully. Stop. Stop. Cully. No, Cully, stop.
I feel like it'd be more so they would sacrifice themselves instead of putting the people closest to them in harm's way.
The heroes, to be heroes, to continue heroing, have to live. They're only going to sacrifice themselves if they know the end goal is there, which is keeping everybody safe. That's why Hashirama said, if you promise me... listen, let me... I'm making a point. I'm making a point here. I'm making a solid point. That's why Hashirama said, if you promise me there's going to be no more fighting, I will die right here. Kill myself.
That's a fact.
That's himself, though. He put himself.
Put himself. Are you lit, Cully? You're not listening. Cully, you're talking too much. You're not listening. I just said the hero has to keep heroing until he knows the goal will be achieved. That is the only time they put their life on the line officially. Listen, I'm going to give you 100 scenarios of this, Cully. You're not. If you still prove me wrong, the viewers are going to think you're dumb as shit. One, I just gave you Hashirama. That's a scenario where he said, I will die because you have just promised me, and I trust you, that there's going to be no more fighting between us. Mm-hmm. That was his end goal. He wanted to unite the nation. And he said, if this is going to unite the nation, end me. End goal achieved. Nation united. Everyone's good. Next, we're gonna talk about fucking Spider-Man. Spider-Man's father dies the moment uncle dies the moment he becomes Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And then his girlfriend is at risk 24/7. The nigga is holding. We're just bringing up a random one of Spider-Man movies. The nigga's holding a bus full of kids and his girlfriend, and he says, "I'm gonna try to save both of them."
Mm-hmm.
Next,
Does
so
he know the end goal though?
huh?
You mentioned they have to know the end goal,
There-
right?
No. Okay,
But
we're
Spider-Man doesn't know
no.
the end
Okay,
goal.
no. I'm okay. I only brought that point up to you. Well, that's why he doesn't risk his life there, right?
Mhm.
That's my point. He has to keep heroing afterwards. That's my whole point, Color. You're trying to nitpick right now. Just hear me out. So end goal, right? All Might. End goal. Create a hero society where no one, you know. Yeah, he's kind of, you know, he wants all the bad guys scared of him,
Yeah.
right? So what does he do? He keeps saving people, but he wants all that shit eradicated, right? To the point where what? Those close to him are like, bro, what are you doing? You're gonna kill yourself, nigga. I don't care. I want to save 1,000 people a day. You want me to keep going?
Hold on. No,
I
want to color.
Mentioning My Hero. From my first point, and I feel like from at least like some of the examples you mentioned, I feel like with you adding the fact that they have to have a goal in mind.
Superheroes and have to hide their identities because
I feel like but with the specific, what you specifically said, with them having a goal.
No, Cully. That was a sub point.
A little bit more to it.
No, Cully, that was a sub point.
Are people sacrificing themselves?
Listen,
and that's what I said. A hero
Cully
wouldn't risk the people closest to them to do whatever.
Cully, the moment they become Cully, listen. Cully, the moment they become a hero, they sacrifice the ones closest to them. That's what it is. That is what they know. Like I said, basic tropes of good and bad. All the classic Marvel characters, what do they have to do? Why do they wear masks? Why do they cover their face? Because if people know who they are, they will go after their loved ones.
That's a fact.
But with what you just said,
Cully, you're not. That was a sub point because you kept talking in between what I was saying. My main point is that villains are going to risk everyone around them for the people they love, and heroes end up, whether it's on purpose or not, it's not on purpose, obviously, but they end up risking the ones closest to them to save everybody. Then you said some shit, and I had to prove to you that that is still the case. And you said they risk themselves first. I said their lives, they only put their life, their actual life on the line when it's time to achieve the goal.
What you just said is the same thing I'm kind of saying.
Okay.
Like being able to sacrifice. Yes, you put people at risk, the people closest to you at risk. But I'm thinking more so where like with what you said, like putting them at risk or whatever. I'm thinking more so like if they're in a predicament and like someone close to them is like in some shit, a hero would sacrifice themselves before like risking someone else's life or anything like that. That's what I'm saying.
Because Naruto didn't do that with Sasuke. Sasuke was in fights and he wasn't like, Sasuke, I'm gonna come help you in this fight because you're killing people. He didn't do it.
Hold on. There's a big thing that both of you all are missing, and this will be the last point on this because we already agreed that you're really not a villain. But just to add more fuel to the fire, this is a big point that you guys are missing, and I hope y'all listening on it. And I hope y'all listening on this. Why did Naruto want to save Sasuke?
Like what y'all said.
No, listen.
His closest friend.
Okay, is his closest friend, but why was Sasuke his closest friend?
Because they both were kind of in the same. I mean, you find out later on when you see all the swing set flashbacks and all that shit. But we're
gonna get to the point. He wants to say. I'm gonna get to the point. He wants to save him because he's the only person who's known what he's been through and can sympathize with him. Yeah, that's literally it.
That's
what I just said. I know.
He asked the question rhetorically, basically.
Yeah, I was being very rhetorical with it. But my thing. 100%. No, it's fact. But my thing is by being it, that's fucking selfish as fuck, bro. That literally, like, I still don't agree that he is a villain, but now I'm more thinking about it. But like, that is a That is a color. Come on, that's a
No, I agree.
selfish
It's
as
100.
fuck.
It is 100% selfish.
The only reason why you want to save the dude is because he knows what your struggles are.
He relates to you. Now, if you think about how cold this actually makes Naruto when you say that, is that all these other niggas that he's empathizing with and connecting with, he don't feel. It's like yeah. I just did that so you guys would like me. I didn't do that to like you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about Sasuke.
What
What are you talking about?
I don't think that's the reason why he empathized with them. I think it's more so like he understood where they were at. Like with Garo, he was like, "Hey, I was a Jinchuriki too," and they treated me
Gara
like
might be
shit.
the only one I'll let you say.
Gara and Naruto have similar paths, right? You know, both exile, both like that.
Is the only
But-
one I'm letting you say that for.
But
About like Nagato and Obito.
listen. We can go on this one for days, but we came to the conclusion that you just gotta be thinking about it. He kind of like a little bit of a villain. We know he's not.
I see the
Who's to say,
vision
though?
for sure.
Who's to say?